Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope your day is going wonderful. Thank you so much for joining me. Today we're going to create a card for Papertrey Ink, and we're going to make a Patriot card with 4th of July and Memorial Day around the corner. I think it's appropriate. This die set is super neat. But all of these items are brand new at the Papertrey Ink shop. It's part of their latest release, and if you haven't had a chance to check it out, I think you're going to really love the items that are new over at the shop. This set here is called Patriot. It's a die set, and I already separated them. They're all connected into one piece, but this has a lot of fun elements. There's 3 stars. There is a banner that you can create. There's a flag with a flagpole that you can create. And then there's also this fun truck. And we're going to actually be using every single die in the set for today's project. So I'm super excited to share with you that die set. And we're going to be pairing the Patriot die set with a brand new stamp set called Celebrate Freedom. This has a lot of encouraging sentiments. Thank you for all you do. You have land of the free because of the brave. I just think these are amazing sentiments. Great for veterans in our lives also. The nice thing about the Celebrate Freedom stamp set, and that I love, is because there's a coordinating die set that will die cut out all of the sentiments. I like layers. Today we're going to create kind of a collage card, and whenever I make collage cards, it's nice to be able to die cut out your sentiment because you can stack them. So that, I was tickled that Papertrey Ink came out with a coordinating die set to go with their stamp set. We're going to be using that. Also, that's brand new to the shop, is a frame die set. This is called the Skinny Star Frames. There's actually 3 frames in here. These fit lovely on an A2 size card front, which makes it really nice. I'm actually going to leave my dies. You can separate these if you want to. There's some thin metal wires if you want to separate them. But I suggest keeping it together, and when you die cut out your frames, die cut out them all at once, because you can have straight frames and solid frames. So a little trick there. We're going to be using these skinny star frames for our project today. So let's jump in and get started. First we're going to create a blue pickup truck. So I'm going to take the base of the pickup truck, die cut that out with the blueberry sky, and then there's also with the blueberry sky we're going to die cut out, let's see, our smallest, it looks like a scallop piece, but this is actually our banner. I'll die cut that out as well. And then the tire covers, and do not quote me when I tell you what these little pieces are. I'm going to call them tire covers, but I have no idea what they're called. My husband would know, but I'm going to call them tire covers. I'm also going to take this die. This is for the flag. It's like a wavy rectangle. We'll die cut that out with blue cardstock as well. And then I'm going to die cut out a couple of the stars here. We're going to use the largest star for our, I'm actually going to die cut out 3 stars, and the largest will be with the blueberry sky. So that's all that's going on the blueberry sky. For the white cardstock, we are going to take our flag. This cuts out the stripes. We're going to take that and die cut that out with white cardstock. Now when I do this, I want to make sure that I have a little bit of room around there, and I'll give you a reason for that in just a moment. But then we'll take our little, these are the little stars that go in your flag. We're going to take that, cut those out, and then we have 2 circles that kind of look like eyeglasses. I'm going to take the smaller set, and we'll die cut that out with white cardstock. And then the smaller star, we're going to die cut out 3 times also with the white cardstock. I'm going to take the middle size scalloped banner here, and we're going to die cut this out as well with the white. Did a little rearranging there. Now for my pure poppy cardstock, we're going to take the largest banner, the scallop banner here, die cut that out, and then also the flag base. We'll die cut that out with red cardstock. we're going to die cut out 3 of the stars, the middle stars, and then there is a half circle for a bunting or a banner. I'm going to die cut that out with the red as well. Okay, we have a few little extra elements left, and for those, I have in my stash some silver mirror cardstock. We're going to use that to create some chrome accents on our truck. So we're going to die cut out first the flagpole. The flagpole has a little circle at the very end. I'll die cut that out with my silver mirror cardstock. And then we have 4 small truck elements. I just kept these 3 together because they're pretty small, and it's easy to keep them together when you die cut. And then I'll die cut those out with the silver, and then also the small circle set goes for the tire centers. I'm going to die cut that out with the silver as well. There are 2 strips that are accent pieces for your truck. I'm going to die cut that out with silver. And then I have some true black cardstock. For this, we're going to take the largest circle set, and we'll die cut that out with the black. Those are our tires. And I'm also going to die cut out the USA with black. And then we will take this piece. That's actually the truck window. We'll die cut this out with some pale gray cardstock. And this is the color Soft Stone. All of these cardstock that I'm using are Papertrey Ink's cardstock, and I have a lot of die cutting to do, so I'm going to run all of these through my die cut machine, and then we'll put together some items. Okay, I went ahead and die cut everything out. You can see here. To put these together for my project is very super easy. I did mention when I was sharing with you to leave a little bit of room around the stripes. Each of these bottom 3 stripes are individual, so I'm going to show you a quick and easy way to adhere them to make a fast flag. We'll do our flag first, actually. So I kept them in here. If it pops out, just put them back in. This is a nice guide to keep all of those stripes lined up. Now next, all I'm going to do is take my tape runner, and I'm going to go over. The bottom 3 stripes are separate. Let me zoom in. The bottom 3 stripes are separate, but the top are together. And then I have my background. I'm going to flip it around, and then following the curves of your stripes, you're just going to line it up on the edge here. Press it down really good. Easy to line up because it goes from one end to the other. You're going to flip it around, and then you can lift up one side and then carefully lift up the other side. Hold while you're holding this side down, and voila, everything is perfectly evened and straight for your flag. Quick and easy. Next, we have this little piece that will line up perfectly right here. So I'm going to flip it around. We're going to add some adhesive, and then we'll place our blue on our flag. You just follow that corner to create it. And then we have our we have 6 stars in here. These are itty bitty, so you want to use maybe a precision glue. I'm going to actually add 6 dots. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more so you can see this a little bit better. I'm going to add 6 dots where I want those stars to be. Those dots are probably even a little bit too big, but that's okay. My glue will dry clear, which makes it really nice. And then you can pick up your little stars and place them in the blue area. So we have our stars adhered. Now we're going to take our flagpole. I'm going to add a little bit of tape to that upper portion, and then we can go ahead and take our flag, tack that down to our flagpole, and our flag is done. Pretty easy to do. So flag is done. Now what we're going to do next is, these are great on their own. There is debossed detail on each of the stars, which makes it really nice. But they're all the same shape, so you could actually layer these together. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to layer all of my stars together to create a red, white, and blue star here. So our stars are done, so that's nice and playful. To create your banner, very easy as well. If you like dimension, you can add foam adhesive in between each layer, but I'm just gonna layer all three of these together. Put your banners in the center, and then I have my last red piece. This is gonna go. In my old house, I had a wraparound porch, and I used to, every 4th of July, I used to put these on my porch, all the way around my wraparound. That's what this reminds me of. I just love this. And if you wanted to create a circle, you would just create 2 of these, and then place them both together. So that's a nice little idea. Now I'm excited to share with you the truck. To create the truck, it's very easy, but I do want to add a little bit of shading. So to do that, I'm going to bring in my premium dye ink from Papertrey Ink. This is dark indigo, and I'm going to add a little bit of shading to my truck. This is just going to give it a little bit of dimension. I'm going to bring in some scratch paper and do my shading on some scratch paper, and I'll use a finger dauber to do that. And I'm basically going to go over just the upper portion of my truck, and we're going to add a little bit of shading. This just gives it a little bit of depth. I'm going to go around the trunk area. I would call this the trunk area, but the truck bed area. My truck terminology is not the greatest. Okay, and I think that is great for the truck. Just a little bit of shading. I am going to do some shading to the truck door. That's what this piece is. And we're going to go around all 4 sides of this to put the truck together. It's very, very simple. I'm going to start by adding a little bit of glue. You can add glue to your the back of your door if you wanted to, but I don't mind adding it directly to the truck. And I'm just kind of centering it. There is debossed detail on the truck, and that's a real nice guide to where you can add your elements. Nice thing about glue is you have a little bit of wiggle room to wiggle around. So we have our truck, and then we're going to add our front fender. Use my tweezers for this one. Hold it down, let that glue attach. And then after we have this done, we can build our tires. So we'll take our black tires, and then we can add our white right over the black. And then we can add dots of glue to the center of our white. And then we'll take our silver circles and add those to the center. Those are our hubcaps. And our tires are good to go. After we have our window adhered, we're going to go ahead and take a thin bead of glue and add this to the very bottom of the truck. And then we can take our smaller strip that we die cut out with the silver cardstock, and we'll add that to the bottom. And then I can take a thin strip, go along the truck bed, and we'll add our longer silver strip. We'll just hold that down so it grabs. And then we have our, I forgot our USA. I'll fix that in a minute. There are 4 small, they're in here, small chrome pieces for the truck. And these are very small, but it really adds a lot to the truck. Here's what we're going to do. Add a little of glue to the back bumper. We're going to add our chrome bumper here, and it lines up perfectly so you know exactly where it goes. And then you see this little part here? We're going to add a little bit of glue right in front of the truck. And then there is a little bit of a notch right here on top. That's where we're going to add a little bit of glue also. And then we have, this looks like almost like a moon shape. We're going to add that to the very front of our truck. And then we have this little piece that kind of looks like a teardrop. We're going to add that, an upside down teardrop I should say, to the very front here. So we have our truck pieces. We have one last one, and this is the door handle. We're going to add a little bit of glue to our doorknob, and then with the thicker part facing the left, we're going to go ahead and add that. And our truck handle is adhered. Just those 4 little detail pieces, again, make a big, huge difference. Now to add our truck wheels, or to add our truck tires, I wanted an extra little bit of dimension. So I'm going to take a small foam square, and I'm going to add it on the base of our truck here. Remove the release paper, and then we can add our tires, lining them up with the tire, the base tire. I love that, and our truck is good to go. Fancy little blue truck. So our truck is done. So these are everything that you can create. Of course, you don't have to layer the stars together, but you very well could keep them separate. I'm going to take my USA. This is nice size that you could put in the center of your stars. You could put on your flag, and then you could also put it on your truck, which is really nice. I'm going to take this and put this on my flag. So I'm going to flip it around and add some glue. So all of our elements are done. Now I'm going to zoom back out, and we're going to do a little bit more die cutting. To create my background, we're going to be using our skinny star frames, and again I'm leaving these together, and I'm going to die cut out one set with the blueberry sky, one with the white, and then one with the pure poppy. And then when I die cut, we're going to take one of each to create our background. So I ran everything through the die cut machine. Now the reason again is why I kept it together, because you can create solid frames as well. So if you wanted to mix and match backgrounds with your solid frames, you could do that also to create a fun background. So I suggest maybe, of course you can trim them apart, but I'm just going to keep them together. And then you have lots of extra frames left over for more projects, which is really nice. I have a card base. This is a standard top folding A2 size card base. We're going to add some glue behind our blue frame. I punched out all of the stars already. And you know what? This would make a great shaker card too. You have all these itty bitty stars left over. Keep those, because if you wanted to take this, put some acetate behind it, and create a shaker card with those extra stars, this is perfect for that. I'm going to flip over my blueberry sky frame, and we're going to add this around our card base. After we have glue adhered, we're going to place this on our card base. Then we're going to add, you're not going to be able to see the white one too much, but I think just the extra texture is nice for my card. We're going to make a collage card today. Collage cards have a little bit of everything, so. This is going to go in the middle. Press that down. So we have all 3 frames. And then we're going to grab all of our elements. We'll go ahead and create 2 more stars. Just layered all 3 of those together. Now we're going to stamp our sentiment next. We are going to use "This Land Was Made for You and Me." And I am so tempted to sing, but I'm going to spare you because I'm afraid it will not be very pretty. But I love the sentiments in the stamp set. We'll stamp this with True Black ink on some white cardstock. And then we're going to take the coordinating dies and just die cut this out. And our sentiment is good to go. Now let's build a scene. I'm going to bring in some larger foam squares. And we're going to first add our fun truck here. And I'm going to put this at an angle. And we'll place this. I think this is a good spot. I'm not going to, yeah, I'll press down good. So we have our truck, and then I'm going to take our banner. I'm going to add just 1 foam square, and then we're going to tuck it underneath our truck here. And then we have our flag. I'm not going to fuss with putting foam adhesive behind the flag. Behind the flagpole. I think if we do a little bit of tucking, it will be just fine. And we'll add our flag kind of at an angle. Well, and then I want to add my sentiment next. Oops. I think I'm going to lower this just a little bit so that flagpole is underneath the front of the truck. Here we go. And then we're going to add our sentiment next. I think that's a good spot for it. And then we have our stars. We're going to do a little tucking with these. Last but not least, we're going to add some clear sequins. Oops. Just for a little added sparkle. And we're going to add these to our card. Okay, and then we added just a couple sequins here and here and here. A little bit of sparkle, but that's my project today. I hope you get a chance to check out the brand new release over at Papertrey Ink. It is pretty fabulous. Lots of fun themes, and we'll see you again real soon. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day. Bye-bye.